Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's SLR Tier 1, we're at Baku today. This is round 5 I believe. And as you can see, the qualifying's already begun. We have myself on commentary duties, Ocean Chief, and Babalooth joining me today as always. So hello Babalooth, how are you today?
Good evening everybody. I've been better, honestly, but I'm very excited to see the race today because Baku is a hard race. We have the two straights that makes the overtake easy, but we have the castle section that a lot can happen over there.
Yeah, castle section, that dreaded section, yeah, that driver's fear. And I think we're going to see a few incidents today. Baku always shows up a few incidents, especially as you mentioned there, castle section. But the whole track really, it's just it's a street circuit. You can see the walls there, defining the edges of the track. And I'm looking at Tino right now. I mean, I'm also looking at the standings actually. Daniko, Kiko both joined points at 60 points. At the top of the Drivers' Championship, McKenna P3, 12 points behind Justin P4, and Marcel P5 at the minute. So I'm looking at Tino. Tino's just started a lap here. Oh, what a big crash! Yep, two guys out. What happened there? The turn 1 incident?
Crystals.
Yeah.
Crystals.
So let's see if we can have a look and see what happened there. I think Meepo might get a good shot. Yeah, Crystals dead on the track there. So he's in a... Did he come out of the pits and go straight into the wall? Is that what happened there? I wonder.
Probably.
Yeah, so anyway, back to Tino. But yeah, McKenna is out as well. I don't know if he retired or if he died there on track. But McKenna is out of this qualifying session. We'll start at the back with Crystals. But Tino here is going about to go for the castle section. So let's see how this esports driver does this. And he's on the mediums, so looking to set a banker lap on these mediums. Makes it look pretty easy there, look kind of pedestrian, but that's what these esports guys are all about.
We have the chat. Damien says that the stream is a little bit laggy.
Yeah, let me just, there's some stuff running in the background I can try to minimize, and hopefully that will sort that out. Usually it does start off a little bit jittery and then sort itself out later on, but keep us posted on that. Hopefully audio levels are good as well. But we've got Tino here making his way down the start finish straight, and it's a very long one. I think it might be the longest straight in.
DRS on.
Yeah, he's got DRS on as well, and he sets a 140.5. So in Tier 2, the fastest lap, the pole lap, was a 38, a high 38. So yeah, that's really just a banker lap there for Tino. But what to say a little bit about the Tier 2 race. Meepo was winning that one until the very last. There we go, Meepo top of the pops there on mediums as well, slightly beating Tino, which is pretty impressive. Tanari, first guy on the softs to set a fast lap there, 40.1. So yeah, I'm expecting a 38 is going to be pulled today, so we're still a wee bit away from that. Awesome, Damien and chat saying stream looks good now, audio decent, so good stuff, man, and good to have Tipsy Bob Damien in chat. He can keep us on our toes as he's also a commentator. Crosses the line and does.
Oh, I didn't expect that. I was expecting to be fast, but not that fast.
Yeah, Kiko, he's really dialed in the quali. Has good race pace as well. Has won races in Tier 1, but yeah, that is impressive stuff from him. But as I say, 38 is what I'm expecting. So let's have a look at Justin. Justin hasn't validated his lap, so he will not. Yeah, he will not be setting a lap time this time around. Rookie is currently without a lap time. Has recently joined Tier 1 drivers on this Tier 1 lineup, and we'll ride on board and see how he gets on through his hot lap.
Desi must have disconnected.
Yep, so let's have a look. Rookie heading down to turn 1, and they're all 90-degree corners, so pretty much copy and paste, but you can lose a lot of time, you can gain a lot of time obviously if you get them right for these first set of corners. And then it's the second DRS straight, it's a long run to turn 3 then, and this is another left hand 90-degree turn, and really you just want to throw the car in, try to carry the momentum through. And then there's another right-hander here, another 90-degree right-hander, big feature of this track. And
then
yeah,
the 90 degrees corner, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, you think 90-degree corner, it'd be pretty straightforward. Nah, to try to get it nailed absolutely correct is a skill in itself. Oh, and Rookie hitting the wall there. He looked like he locked up and braking a little bit. I'm getting a wee bit of lag on the stream here as well, so that's probably not helping him too much. But nice and tidy for the castle section. And
if I may say, the hardest 90-turn degree corners that we have is after the DRS zone, from the starting line to the back straight.
Yeah.
The hardest for me to handle, because you have a lot of speed, you may misjudge your braking point, and you may crash on the wall on the exit.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, in the race, there's a lot of variables as well, because you could have DRS, you could have ERS, and you could have Slipstream. So you have to kind of compensate for that whenever you hit that braking zone. As Rookie goes P1 with a 39.3. The lap looked
Oh
good.
my god, look at the time! Oh my god! You didn't see the time, yes?
Yeah, that's not point, not one between P1 and P2 currently. So a great lap there from Rookie.
Kiko must be a little annoyed about that.
Yeah, and
I would be for sure.
yeah, Kiko's still. Oh, Kiko is on an outlap actually. So we've got a bunch of guys out for their second run, just getting their tire up to temp, as they try their second run on these second set of tires. Most guys going for, well, all guys now going for soft runs, which is pretty advisable. I mean, in quali, you don't want to be setting a medium lap time. It's going to disadvantage you majorly. Softs are definitely the way to go, and it's really the only time you see softs in the game now is in quali. Usually in race, you don't really see many people going to the soft tire because they only last like 5 laps, roughly speaking.
The optimum performance is they last for about 8 to 10 laps, but the optimal performance is about 5.
Yeah. Which oh, and Kiko,
Oh!
you saw that, yeah. Kiko just almost went into the wall there. This is his outlap, so I'm not sure what happened there. I know he is on the controller. We kept mentioning it, but he's on controller, no assist, which is I'm sure it's a lot to contend with.
Controllers, better in general, they have more grip, so.
Yeah, I've heard that there's more grip, but it is a lot harder because you've got those tiny little wee sticks, and you're trying to. Every movement has to be precise. I definitely found it very hard, but I'm an old man with no skill.
Look who's talking! Look who's talking!
Oh,
Don't
Kiko,
talk about old men.
yeah, like 2 of the oldest guys in SLR on comms right now. That's why we're in commentary, I guess, and not on the track with these fast
Yeah,
guys.
we don't have the stamina to race like that, that's why.
Yeah, we're just here to keep each other awake. But Kiko on his second hot lap run, so we'll stay on board with him. We'll keep an eye on this Delta as well, so he's ooh, and he gets a bit wide there. It looked like he might have tapped the wall, but hooks it in nicely. Seeing a yellow flag. It's like our Mercedes there, maybe on an outlap. Got into trouble.
He's really pushing right now.
And he's up in his time, 1:58. He is up in his time as Meeple goes P1, so he's 39.2. We're edging closer to those 38s. And I think if anybody's going to get that first 38, it might be this man here, Kiko. If he's able to find a little bit of time in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Let's see, as his Sector 2 time's about to come up here, look nice and tidy through the castle section there, no hitting the wall. So it's let's see, we get a Sector 2 split time coming up. We'll run about now. Ooh, and almost hitting the wall. Every time I see that, it looks like they're about to fly into the wall, but he managed to hook it back in there.
Improves 0.16.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough, is it? For well, maybe. Oh, it's about there, yeah.
If he doesn't lose any time here in the straight, he will be on the first place.
Yep, so let's find out if he was able to carry that momentum all the way down to the start-finish line, and it looks like he has been able to. 39.1 for Kiko, and that's a pretty solid lap from him. I've got Tino as well on a lap here. He is massively up in his time, but he did set that first time on mediums, so he's on for 39.1. It looks like Tino may be on for pole here. Bob saying he knows an old bloke. Yeah. We should have like an old man tier. It would be a dying breed of drivers, but Could be fun. As Tino, let's see, he's about to head through the castle section. I'm liking his helmet design actually. Quite looks like, I don't know, what is that, like Mexican or something, or very colorful. Anyway, enough about Tino's helmet. We're about to get a Sector 2 split time here, and currently Kiko 39.1 is pole, but this man here could be the guy to break into the 38s. This is his first run on these soft tires. Another yellow flag there. Looks like someone behind Tino actually, getting out of the way maybe. Oh, and Tino is abandoned this lap actually. He's backed off big time. So this is not pole, and he will not be able to better his time here. So P5 currently for Tino. Oh, and we've got Pitlin Bob. He has some info regarding the weather. Is it going to rain in the race? We don't know. We saw that in Tier 2. It rained at the end of the race, and it really threw a spanner in the works for Meeple. Was leading that race, controlling the whole race until that last lap. Hopefully we're not going to see a full wet race though. Do
we have information about that?
Yeah, we've got Bob. He's teasing us in chat there. He says he has info regarding the weather. Hopefully he divulges that soon. But maybe...
Yes, but he's not gonna reveal it. He did it last time.
Yeah, he might not. Yeah.
Oh,
not.
So even we have to see the strategies for first. If they go for the hard, maybe it will rain at the end of the race like yesterday.
Yeah, we'll have to try and.
You have to guess, yes.
we're detectives, aren't we? We're onto this.
Okay, you shall reform. Okay, we are waiting for your information.
Yeah, he's teasing us right now. Adesi and Fox are the only guys out on their out laps currently. Everybody else is set a time or is heading into the pits. Actually see another Alpha coming out. It's Meepo for his final run. So we're heading into the last 3 minutes of this. Oh, and look, it's a dry race. It is.
He says he's inside the knowledge. He doesn't say if it is 100% accurate. Because we don't direct from a driver. Okay. You know that it may rain in the race. You know that? Because the weather prediction now, for some reason, says it's gonna be a full wet race and it's sunny.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That's another Codemasters bug.
Codemasters for the win.
Of which there are many. There's so many bugs in this game. It's hilarious. I just learned to laugh now when it affects my race. I had a race recently where I paused the game. I was P2. We're under safety car. I paused the game. I was a massive distance behind the guy in front. I paused the game, took a drink, and my AI car smashed into P1, sent them off track. And when I unpaused, I was P1. But yeah, we've got Justin our racer actually saying, yeah, he can vouch it is definitely a dry race, so that's good. That is good. We've got 13 drivers today, so that's, I mean, Baku's usually a popular track, so I'm surprised to see we don't have a full grid today, but this means points are on the table for most of these guys, apart from 3 drivers. And we do see a lot of DNFs during this Baku races, so...
Okay, how many safety cars?
Ooh, we got 2 in Tier 2. I'm going to say 1. I'm going to say 1 safety car. There's not that many drivers on track, so that should mean less safety cars. What I am wondering is, will Boosted score points for his second race in a row in Tier 1?
So, because I want to differentiate myself from you, I will say 2.
Okay, let's go. It's on, bro. It's on. Oh, as Desi has invalidated his hot lap. Fox P9 currently is on a lap, has not invalidated, making his way through castle section here. Nice view for the Halo. Oh, and he loses the back end just as I join him there, so commentator's curse. As I was complimenting him, he made a mistake. And there's an
he's at 0.15 slower.
Yeah, I think that mistake cost him a lot of time there, so he's probably not going to go faster in this lap, but this is his last chance of going faster, so looks like he's maybe going to get a bit of slipstream here from his teammate. Copy up the road. Copy is on an outlap though, so he's not going to be slowing up any here. Yep, Fox indeed pulling into the pit, so everybody else out on track is on a lap right now, so let's see. Kiko is the man of the moment. He is P1 currently. He is slightly up in his time as he looked like he glanced against the wall there, but no harm done to the car, it looks like. And oh, he's down sector 2. He's slightly down, so it's all going to come down to this last pretty much it's a straight all the way to the start finish flag, so probably not much opportunity to gain time here for Kiko. So it looks like his 39.1 will be his qualifying lap time, but I may be wrong. He maybe found a bit of time there in that last corner, as yeah, he pulls into the pit, so he will not be going faster in this one. Rookie also out there on a lap. Looked like he was down in sector 1, but he's about to hit this castle section. Might be able to oh, he's actually out of the castle. He's about to hit sector 3 here. Let's see, we're going to sector 2 time. Oh, he's massively up on his time, so this could be pole. This could be a 38. He just has to navigate this fast chicane down onto this final start finish straight, and I think this is it. This is going to be pole from Rookie, unless anyone else out there is on a stellar lap. I see Tino is actually, yeah, Tino's P7 currently. He is on a lap. Rookie crossed the line. He does indeed go pull us at 39 flat. Are we going to see a 38 from Tino though? Tino looking like he's going to pull into the pits, so that is a no-go from Tino. Justin that racer also on a lap, about to cross the start finish line. He is massively up in his time. I don't think he's got enough time on. Yeah, he's P2. Oh, and look at the gap from P1 to P2. It is so tight between those two guys. We've got Copy on a lap as well. Copy unable to improve, and Boosted Mess is the last one across the line. And
Copy improved because he didn't have any time registered.
Oh, there we go. And I think Boosted actually, did he improve there? I'm not sure, but he's P11.
And he hit the castle section and lost his front wing. So he didn't have the front wing for the sector 3.
So it's an all-French lockout in the first 3 positions of this race, but just behind is a bunch of Finnish guys. A German guy in there, and a couple of Czechs.
Look at the times. Look at the times for the top 3.
Yeah, the top 3 are. There's not much, even the top 4, I would even say. But we can't discount Marcel, Tenari, Tino, Adesi, even Fox and Copy. And then we've got Boosted Mess, Crystals. McKender will be starting at the back, looking to try to keep it clean and get some positions before the end of this race. There is 26 laps to this one. There will be dry race, and yeah, Bob saying in chat, a great lap from Justin there. Bob
so I'm gonna propose that you get yourself ready for French champagne.
So you have 2 safety car. I've got 1. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Oh, and we will not have a formation lap, so we'll be straight in for this one. So I hope you're ready for the race start, Babelos.
I'm always ready, but I'm very anxious because a lot of things can happen in the straight until the first turn.
Yeah, you see that in the real F1 as well, and Tier 2 was no exception, but let's go.
Oh my god.
5 lights are up. And away we go. So they're all off. Looks like everybody got off to a decent start. Someone at the back there got a really good start. And Boosted Mess taking it nice and easy here. We'll have a look from his point of view at the back. Looks like everybody's through safely. Bit of jostling for position. Boosted Mess taking it rather cautious there. Doesn't want to lose the front wing here if there's an incident ahead. But it looks like everybody getting away pretty good. And let's have a look up front. We'll join the guys, the French guys. It's all French guys here for the top 3. Tenari has got up to P4 there. Tino as well, P5. So it's a French against the Finnish right now. As Adesi and Meepo swap positions here. I don't know what's happening with Meepo. Meepo is dropping down the order. I don't know if he's got damage on that car. McKender already up to P9 and on the back of Meepo. I wonder if I don't see any damage.
No, I don't see damage.
Yep. No damage there. As Tino actually getting past Tenari. I wonder if that was... Oh, and Tino hitting the wall there a little bit. Looked like the back wheel hit the wall, so maybe no damage to the car there. But Tino getting past Tenari, and it looked like that might have been a coordinated overtake. As, yeah, Tino has a lot of potential on this track, I'm sure, and he wants to just get on the back of these French guys before they get away too far. And, yeah, it's no change at the front. First free position.
Oh, tonight I think he smashed his car.
Oh dear, we have the first. Oh yeah, he does. He's missing a bit of front.
The right plate.
Oh, that's terrible for him. Lap 1, front wing damage. That is not what you want to see happen for your race, and he will have to pull into the pits here, I would imagine. You don't want to be staying out. He's on hard tires as well. That's something we should bring up actually, is who's on what tire.
Tino, Tunari, Desi is on hards, and Boosted Mess with Fox.
Yeah, and
50-50 on the tires.
It really compromises your strategy as well. You know, he's on hard tires, is Tenari, and he has to put on the medium tires, which will not go to the end, and he has to get a front wing, so he's going to be way at the back of the grid. Fox as well, he's had an incident there. But let's have a look at some racing here as McKender flies past Marcel, making that look easy, but McKender on these medium tires, trying to get them to work. These hard tires will be a little bit harder to get up to speed, but take a few laps to break in. Yeah, Bob as well there, just saying this is a disaster for Tenari's strat. He will be praying for a safety car, but even at that, he is at a disadvantage, because I mean, what tires he go? If there's a safety car right now, what tires he go on to? He'll have to stay out.
He would. If I was him, if I was Tonari, I would stay out in order for me to gain a place or two. You go all the way until your tires melt down.
Yeah.
You don't have options right now. Maybe if he is lucky and the safety car comes about lap 12 or 13, maybe he can put on a second medium.
Ooh, and we've got Marcel. Marcel is pointing the wrong way, sorry Babaloos, but he's came out of that last corner and I don't know what happened, but when I joined him on track he was pointing the wrong way, and Adesi gets passed by Meepo, so Meepo, after struggling in that opening lap, he is back up to speed and actually set the fastest lap there, so he's back up to P5 and will want to be getting onto the back of Tino. But look at these guys out front. There's gaps starting to form here as Crystals as well is in the pits. So I'm sure that's for front wing damage. That's the only reason why you'd pit at this stage of the race. And Crystals putting on the hard tire. So another race compromise. So he's out right now. Boosted up to P9 though. He's profiting from all these incidents ahead of him. So he's playing his... Oh, and there's someone in the wall. It's Copy. Copy is one into that little alcove after turn 3, so missed his breaking point it looks like, or maybe got tangled up with someone there, but I'm not sure.
Doesn't seem to have damage.
Yep. Don't see any damage on the car, but that is not good. Boosted Mess up to P8, would you believe it? So Boosted Mess is doing the right thing here, just, you know, playing it cool, calm, collected. But we've got another yellow flag. It's Crystals, and and he's missing. I think he's just went into the wall, and he's missing all of his front wing, I believe. I can't really see from this point of view, but let's.
Yeah, he's not having any front wing.
Yeah, so P11 just came out of the pits on hards, and now has to pit again. So absolute disaster for X Crystals, who I was chatting to before this race, and he was kind of like being talking up his game, but it's all falling apart right now. But still points on the table, only 13 drivers out there, and safety car could change everything, of course. But let's have a look up front here. We haven't really talked about these guys. As McKender gets past the Desi after turn 1. Another yellow flag is X Crystals once again. Looks like he's in the wall once again. But yeah, I want to go up front. Kiko right on the back of Justin Art Racer.
He will stay back.
Yeah,
he did not have enough speed to overtake.
Yeah, and let's have a look at the ERS here. Kiko is 54%, Justin 40%. And I tell you what, Justin could win this race today. We usually see him in these situations where he just puts himself in the right spots, and yeah, he's not too far behind P1 right now, and if he's able to rein him into that DRS range, could get the win on. Also, Bob saying
He's losing time in the early stages of the second sector, but now he's closing the gap, as I say. Maybe he has the setup optimized for the long straight.
Yeah, true. Setup could play a big part in this here. You know, if you want that higher downforce for the corners, but this long straight, you really want as less drag as possible. And I tell you what, Tino is starting to put a bit of pressure on Kiko. Oh, as Kiko glanced the wall there, don't think any damage, but very, very close to it. Definitely left a mark on the wall. And yeah, Tino is starting to put a bit of pressure on these guys. Tino is within 2/10 of Kiko heading into turn 1 here, but decides not to make the move. Oh, and Kiko making a bit of a mistake there, goes wide, and that allows Tino to go down the inside for turn 2. Is Kiko going to fight this? No, he does not. He falls in behind Tino, so Tino is up to P3 right now.
And he has the DRS to increase the gap from Kiko.
Oh, Copy is out. Copy is out. He's the first guy out of this race. It looks like... Where is that? Did he... I think he retired in the pits, actually. Which is very weird, because he would have been on for points here, probably, if he just stayed out. We're only on lap 5 of 26, but yeah, 13 drivers and only 12 remain in this race, so...
Yeah, Copy retired in the pit lane.
That is sad to see. Obviously had enough of Baku for today, but let's go up front once again here. Kiko now following Tino. Tino trying to get it within that DRS range of Justin that racer, using a bit of ERS, and he's getting quite low in his ERS, but really you want to use some to get within the DRS range, and then use that time under DRS to harvest your ERS.
And the funny thing is that you don't gain ERS very easily.
Yeah, that's a big feature of this game. Yeah, on certain tracks as well, very, very hard to get it back. But Tino was not able to get within DRS range. Justin that racer, however, is within DRS range of Rookie, and Justin used a lot of ERS on that last lap. He's down to 10%. Rookie has got 54%. So right now Rookie has the advantage. So yeah, Justin that racer right now wants to be saving that ERS. And I have a feeling that Justin that racer listens to the stream while he's racing. I think it's either him or Copy. So if he's listening, harvest ERS, bro. That's your ticket to the win right now. And Tino is starting to fall off a little bit. 1.4 is the gap, but as you say, maybe just struggles for that first sector. But when the setup comes into play, maybe he's able to rein that gap back in on that start-finish straight. And it's kind of quieting down a little bit, hasn't it? Only 12 drivers on track, so you kind of would expect that. But I mean, the P1 to P7 are pretty close still. So I'm already in lap 6 of 26, so a long way to go on this one. And I could not call who's going to win this race, I have to say, as Crystal sets the fastest lap in the race, but he is P12. And Mikander, oh, what has happened there? Mikander has got past Meepo. Yeah, I mean, these Finnish guys, Mikander, Meepo, Adesi, Tino, I think they're all and Tenari, all in VC together, so there is a bit of coordinated, overtake going on here, I'm sure. And Adesi on those hard tires, so Adesi actually...
Meepo's going for the pit.
Yeah, good call,
He's
yeah.
going for the pit.
Early pit stop from Meepo, so I think this might indicate he does have front wing damage. Let's have a look and see. Does he have a front wing ready for him in the pit crew, the pit box? Do I see a front wing? I do see a front wing.
Yes.
Yep. So I gotta say, even with that front wing damage, he was pretty fast. I think he set the fastest lap at one point. but I'm not sure when he got that front wing damage. But he should be able to get to the end now on these hards. So he's the first guy to pit, really, who could potentially win this race. He has a lot of work cut out for him, and he comes out right behind Boosted Mess, and he's wanting to get this move done as quickly as possible, but maybe not quite yet.
The tires are not in the optimal condition. He's on the hards.
Exactly,
he needs to wait half a lap, maybe at the best case scenario, to get the tire temperatures up.
Yeah, pit lane Bob saying, I believe the Finns and the French use VC together, but separately, if that makes sense. Although I think Justin our Racer's maybe not part of that French VC crew. Oh, rookie's out! Oh my god, the leader has taken himself out, and that is after the last turn, the final turn of the start finish race. So he's one into the wall, and that's all his own doing, and that might be a safety car is out. So we're going to see all these medium runners pit. This is not good for P2 Tino on hards. Tino...
No hard driver wants to see the safety car right now.
Ooh, and we've got Marcel picking up a drive-through penalty for speeding under. That is terrible for him. I mean, this safety car brought him back into this race, but that drive-through has put him out again. And we've got an OMG in chat in capital letters. That's how good this race is.
Oh, Kiko is speeding. Everybody's pitting, the top 5 are pitting right now.
Yeah, and Boosted Mess staying out on those old hards, so I think that's a good call from him. He is going to be on old hards, but really, you don't want to pit right now. Oh, and Boosted loses it! Oh no! I just commentator cursed him, but it shouldn't hurt him too much here. We are under safety car conditions. Doesn't lose anything really through that, but maybe
he lost one place.
Oh, did he lose a place? Oh no.
Yeah.
I guess he did heat his tires as well there. Oh, Justin our Racer, as posted in chat, he is driving currently and also posting in our stream. What is going on with the rears in this track? And it feels like we're on ice. It's horrible. Jan Haltu, bad luck for Meepo, just pitted.
Okay, give me a few seconds. I will do some calculations and be right back with you.
Okay, I'll leave it in your capable hands, and just trying to make sense of what's happened in this race. And so pretty much everybody pitted apart from Boosted Mess. A few guys had pitted recently, so they didn't have to. But Boosted Mess now P7. Would you believe it? And we saw him spin out there under safety car, but it didn't hurt his race too much, and he got no damage from it. So not bad from Boosted. He's got a good strategy on today. Just keep out of trouble, race your own race, and bring home some points. So yeah, I'm wondering about Tino. Tino had to go on to mediums, and I don't think they're going to get to the end. And if they do get to the end, they'll be in that puncture territory, no doubt. But I think I did see someone do 16 laps in the Tier 2 race on mediums. So there is a chance they might make it.
My calculations show that unless you are a master of conserving the tires, you can't go all the way to the end with mediums.
Right, okay.
Because it is about 3 to 4% per lap.
Okay, that's good to know, yeah. So, and really, Tino needs another
it will be reduced degradation because of the safety car, but still, they have 1 or 2% per lap.
Yeah.
So they will have to pit again. Maybe they will use the soft, but I wouldn't recommend the softs.
Yeah.
I would rather put the mediums on and know that I will have a longer stint and be safer, and rather than to use the softs for 3 laps.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option for Tino was to stay out on those hards like Boosted Mess has done, but then you're going to have all these guys on fresh mediums behind you, like McKender or Desi, and even the guys on fresh hards, they'll probably take your position pretty quickly and you'll drop down the order. So we'll see what happens here with Tino. Maybe there might be another safety car in this race, which would really suit Tino, especially towards the end of the race. He could switch on the sauce, and then probably everybody else would do the same, so he would be able to maintain his position. But Tino right now on the medium tires looks like he'll probably get the jump on Justin in the first few laps when we get underway again, and will look to stretch out his lead.
Yeah, but is it worth it? Okay, you will gain one position, but how many will you lose when you pit?
And the pit, the pit is around 20 seconds. I think it's 19-20 seconds. So really, Tino needs to pull out a 20-second gap, and I don't think that's going to happen in 16 laps. That's a big ask, especially in Tier 1. But Baku,
it was a big gamble. It was a big gamble to pit.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, Baku does tend to throw up some surprises. We saw that in Tier 2, with Meeple leading all the way until the final lap of the race. So, yeah, anything can happen here. It'll be interesting to see how Tino plays this one. And it looks like we're out for one more lap, as Crystals is yet to join the pack. And yeah, we're gonna have one more lap under safety car, which actually suits Tino. Means that we'll get underway on lap 11, and there'll be one less lap for him to contend with on these mediums. But Justin Aracer in chat is saying after 8 laps of mediums, it was so awful. And he's saying good luck doing 20 laps on these mediums, so he's not confident that Tino can get these to the end.
It won't go to the end. I'm betting. I'm betting you a beer.
Okay, we're on.
And if he goes to the end with the medium, I want a print screen of the tires condition.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do some stellar tire management for this one, but he is an well, I don't know if I think he's still eSport. No, I think he was eSports, but he still drives with a lot of eSports guys. So I mean, if anybody can do it, it'd probably be Tino. But well, this is what's great about racing. We'll find out in a few laps time what's going to happen. As this race, it'll be getting underway in not too long a time. Just got to make their way.
Safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So Justin needs to let the safety car go a little bit.
Yeah, and he also has to get these tires up to temp. I'm looking at, I can actually see his steering wheel, and it says 79, 77, 78 is the heat he has in his tires at the minute. Tino,
it's at the very edge of the optimal temperature.
Yeah, Tino's just slightly above that, 80 degrees in most of his tires, so Tino will be able to get up to temperature quicker than Justin Aracer. So we'll see how this plays out, and when Justin Aracer decides to go, we'll join Justin Aracer up front with the car in this lap.
Yes.
And we'll keep an eye on Justin, or not Justin Aracer, we'll keep an eye on him, of course, as a leader, but Boosted Mess as well. He's on the oldest tires out there, and he may come under attack on these first few laps, as there's a bunch of guys behind on fresher tires. As Justin Aracer slowing down the field, doing a lot of weaving, trying to get a little bit of heat in these tires. Looks like they're around about 80 degrees here, so he has managed to get a little bit in there. And,
he's going too fast, in my opinion. He's going too fast. 150 kilometers.
Yeah, safety car ends, so when we're going to see Justin Aracer go, he's bringing it pretty close to that, and he's off. He's gone, all guns a-blazing, down to turn 1. Tino uses a little bit of ERS there just to rein him in a little bit. And, and Tenari's got past. Oh, Boots and Mess has got hit from behind, and it looks like there's a couple of drivers got caught up in that. Fox is out, and Tenari as well got caught up in that. Fox is actually out of this race, and I don't know if that's going to be another safety car. There is a lot of carnage across the track. Boosted that Mess.
It won't be a safety car.
I think Boosted Mess got away without any damage.
Justin Span!
Oh, Justin Racer has gone into the
Yes,
alcove turn 3. So I don't know what happened there. Was that contact with Tino? Because that was the only guy that was close to him. Justin Racer down to P7. Yeah, Tino is out in the lead then with Kiko and P2 on these hard. So really right now, oh, and it looks like McKenna going for a move there on Kiko. Not really an overtaking spot there, but he had a look anyway. And yeah, Kiko's going to come under a lot of pressure. He's P2 on hards, and 3 drivers around him on medium tires, 2 of which are behind, and McKenna is one of them. And I think McKenna's going to try and get this move done as quickly as possible, as Tino has already broken that DRS range to Kiko. So this has changed massively. We did see a lot of French guys at the front of the field before that safety car, but now it's mostly Finnish drivers. 4 in the top 5.
McKenna will overtake. McKenna will overtake.
Yeah, he's using a lot of ERS there to do so. He doesn't have DRS, but Kiko choosing not to fight this. He's not engaging his ERS, so it looks like McKenna will take this position as Justin Racer gets a move. Oh, Justin Racer gets past Marcel, who pulled into the pits there, and that must be for damage. And we're seeing Crystals in the pits, 5-second speeding penalty in the pits for him, and I'm guessing that's for a front wing. And yeah, Marcel had to serve that drive-through penalty, of course, so that's why he's in the pits, able to drive right through and rejoin just by. Oh, and Kiko is out. I keep missing these incidents, but Kiko has been he is span on his own there. Bit of a weird spot to spin out, but yeah, it's now a top 4 Finnish field leading this Grand Prix. So at the minute, it looks like a Finnish driver is going to win this one, but you never know. I mean, anything can happen, but the Finnish crew are looking pretty fast right now. And
right now, the top 3 will have to pit.
Yeah, that's true. So Meepo in the best spot here, you would have to say. Meepo could win his first Tier 1 race, and his father in chat, I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Although I may have just cursed him, but hopefully not. The fumbling French, Bob says. Not out of it just yet, but yeah, Kiko P5 currently now has Justin Racer, his French compatriot. Oh, we're seeing a yellow flag. It's X Crystals is out of the race. Are we going to see another safety car due to that? It looks like a incident in Castle section. So Crystals is stupid. That's not me being mean, by the way. That was a reference to Charles Leclerc in Baku.
Yeah.
Boosted now. P9, even after that incident on the last lap there, is P9, is in the points. And
all drivers are in the points. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. All drivers in the points. But are we going to see him finish higher up the field? He's probably hoping there's a few more DNFs in this race, and hoping that he isn't one of them. But let's go up front here. McKenna, 1.2 behind Tino. So, yeah, I mean, like you say, really all eyes are on Meepo right now. He's 6 laps on these hards, will get to the end on these hards, but the guys ahead are going to struggle big time to get to the end without having to pit again. So really, Meepo's biggest threat is Kiko behind. 3.7 is the gap, but he's also got Justin Racer in tow behind Kiko. So 2 French guys lurking here. We'll have to get that gap under control. It's come down slightly there, 3.6, but yeah, they're gonna have to get within DRS range of Meepo, and Meepo is pretty good at this track, I have to say, so that's gonna be a bit of a mission for those guys, but we'll keep an eye on that gap. Really, it's you know, these Finnish guys are running away with it right now.
Meepo has to stay close enough to get the DRS, nothing more. Nothing more, he doesn't have to do anything more. He
Yeah,
doesn't need to overtake, he doesn't need to do anything.
yeah. I mean, really, right now, these guys ahead are actually doing him a big favor. They're on medium tires, the faster tire. But if Meeple is it within the DRS range, he can just use that just to keep up. And these guys get pulled forward and pulled away critically from Kiko. As you can see, that gap's up to 4.1, and I believe that was mostly time gained on the start-finish rate, as Meeple had DRS and Kiko did not. And we've got Meeple's dad in chat saying Meeple will win if no safety car. Yeah, I'm trying hard not to commentator curse Meeple. But yeah, it's hard to neglect the fact that he is in a pretty good spot right now.
And if he has a good exit, he may gain a position out of a district.
Yeah, he may do, but as you say, he doesn't need to do anything right now. He just needs to sit in behind these guys.
No, I'm not saying about using DRS or something. Just the DRS gain that he will have. If he's close enough, he may gain a position.
Yeah, and I think Adesi wouldn't even fight that too much if that was the case, but looks like he's too far back now, and Adesi, of course, has DRS as well as McKender. So you'll see this gap to Kiko just going up here. It's currently 4.2. Probably going to be a little bit more than that as they hit turn 1. Yeah, 4.3. 4.4 as he hits turn 1. Yeah, 4.5. So you can see all that time gained there from Meeple being in that DRS train up ahead. It's going to be frustrating for Kiko because he knows he's up against not just Meeple, who's pretty fast in his own right, but Meeple with DRS. So this race is really kind of settled down a lot, I say. And it's really the pressure on the drivers right now is don't hit the bloody wall. You hit the wall, that could spell the end of your race, as you probably will have to pit and get a new front wing. That'll cost you a bunch of time. I have to say, Copy, if he did retire in the pits, he missed out on a safety car. It could have been back in the points, but maybe there was some other issue there we're not aware of. Kiko actually...
Does he manage to get into the DRS so he won't be overtaken by Meeple?
Yeah, he's got that DRS to protect him, and just in that race, they're struggling to keep up with Kiko right now. I think Kiko's pushing pretty hard, and trying to get that gap under control. 4.4 currently, and again we're on the start finish rate, so that time's probably going to increase by a few tenths here as they head down to turn 1 once more, and we're on lap 15 of, well, lap 16 now of 26, so 10 laps to go after this one.
I really want to see the tires right now. I really want to see the tires.
Yeah, I think if you take off the track map, actually, sometimes it does show you the tire information, so we'll see if we can get that information on screen. Really, we want to see these medium guys up front. Look how close they're running together. These Finnish guys are loving this. This is a Finnish parade from P1 to P4. And at the minute, it just looks like an exhibition race for these guys. .5 now, the gap from P4 to P5. So I have to say, Kiko's doing a really good job of managing that gap, but that DRS, the DRS effect here is just, it's going to be a mission for him to even, go faster than these guys when they have got DRS available to them. And Slipstream as well, actually,
Kiko is keeping the distance at the same level, about 4.4 seconds, because Meeple is not using his ERS to overtake. Although, for some reason, Meeple is not gaining any ERS, I don't know why.
Yeah, it might be the case he's having to use some, but I mean, he's within 2/10 now of the Desi, so he really doesn't need to use any ERS at this point. So tense moments in this race. We're heading into the final phase, and these medium runners are heading into this unknown territory on the tire wear front.
I'm trying to calculate the ERS gain for Meepo.
Yeah.
In the lap. He should be about, right now he should be about 56%, but he's still struggling to gain ERS. I don't know why, maybe he's using it to stay in touch, probably.
Yeah. We've got a guy in the pits, it's Boosted Mess, currently P9, putting on a fresh set of mediums, and that'll see him to the end of the race. He was probably sent out a bit longer there just to see if another safety car would hit, but yeah, he's...
Okay, now Boosted will see if he's gonna close the gap between him and Tunari. Because Tunari is not gonna pit, I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
And he has a 35-second gap. So we'll see if he has the pace or the setup to close the gap.
Yeah, and Tino is now broken at DRS range to Mikander, so Tino had a push lap there. 1.1 is the gap to P2. And
Mikander is almost out of ERS.
Yeah.
He's out of ERS.
That would indicate that Tino's pushing here pretty hard. Let's have a look and see.
Desi has an amazing 84%.
Yeah, Tino's got 60% as well, so Tino not using too much ERS at this stage of the race, but McKenna's having to use all of his to try and stay up with Tino, but this is going to mean that Mikander is a threat to Adesi is a threat to Mikander now, as Mikander out of that DRS range. Adesi will have that DRS as well as Meepo behind. But the big question is, are these guys going to pit? You think they are going to have to? But, I mean, if they are going to, I mean, really it's going to be around about lap 20, I would say, for soft.
If they don't pit, I told you, I want to see the tire condition at the end of the race. I want a picture from all of them. Because they have to be at the puncture point.
Well, I guess, you know, not as a wee bit quiet here in the race, so we could talk about the standings a little bit. Kiko and Danico were leading the championship at 60 points apiece. And with Danico not being here today and Kiko in P5, that puts him into P1 in the driver's standings. But I'm sure Kiko would want to profit even more, you know, with a race where Danico is not in there. Oh, and Adesi is passed by Meepo. So Meepo has gone for that move now, and Meepo up to P3. Oh, Adesi almost went into the back of Meepo. I think that was a bit of lag, actually. Tanari is out, and Tanari is out of the race. Tanari is out. It's in on the penultimate corner of the race. Is that going to be a safety car? We're seeing yellow flag.
No, it's going to be a safety car.
No safety car for this one, yeah. So, Boosted Mess up to P8. So, Baku claims another victim. That's 5 drivers today have died or retired in the pits, had enough of Baku. But let's go up this lead pack because we're starting to see some moves taking place. And Meepo now P3 on the back of Mikander. And yeah, you have to say this is around about the time you expect him to start attacking these guys ahead, because he is on the better tire, it has to be said. As you can see, Mikander struggling for grip on the exit out of that castle section. And Mikander has got that DRS range back to Tino, so that'll offer him some protection. As Meepo is looking pretty rapid here, but he has to be careful. One mistake, that could cost him this win. So Meepo pretty close here, but Mikander will have that DRS as well. Meepo is using a lot of will use a blip of ERS, and it might just give him enough to get alongside. And yeah, we're seeing McKender and Tino pull to the left. Oh, Tino does not pit. I thought they were going to pit there, but McKender, no. Kind of he didn't fight that move too much. He did have a bit of ERS in his pocket there, but decides not to move it. And Meepo up to P2. Are we looking at a Meepo P1, a first win in Tier 1 for Meepo? He's won in Tier 2. Is he going to win in Tier 1? I don't even know if that's been done before in SLR history, where a driver's won in Tier 2 and Tier 1 in the same week.
You know what the problem now that Meepo faces is that he's out of ERS. Even if the other guys pit, they will have more ERS than him, so they can push him on the long straight.
Yeah, I mean, really, if it was me, and it isn't me, but if it was me, I would use this part of the next couple of laps just to store up a bit of ERS and not use any on these laps. Just use that DRS from Tino, because the more laps Tino stays out on these mediums, the more delta time he's going to lose per lap. And I reckon Meepo will be in prime position to attack in the final laps of this race. If he stores up that ERS, it'll just give them that extra edge. Yeah, and Bob's pointing out something. He's saying Kiko did it, Chief. I'm not sure what he's saying he did, but he certainly has got that gap. Wait, has Adesi got damage? Adesi has left the session, that's what's happened, yeah. Adesi has left that session, so he's had connection issues, and that means Kiko is just going to rein in Adesi here. You can see the ghosted car of Adesi up ahead, and it looks like Adesi is... AI is going to pit. McKender is in the pit as well. Tino staying out on these mediums. So there you go. Thanks for pointing that out. Bob, Adesi. That puts Kiko into P3. So Kiko could potentially finish P3 or P2 if he just brings this home. The gap from Meepo to Kiko, 6 seconds. So yeah,
the bot is using the soft compound.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean McKender pitted as well there, so it's not a big loss for Adesi, who looks like he's back in the car. And yeah, these guys in softs are going to be absolutely rapid, so we'll keep an eye on those guys as they're currently P5, P6, but I'm sure they're going to make massive gains here and might actually be able to attack the French drivers again of Kiko and Justin, that racer. So the podium spot is up for grabs currently, but really right now we're looking at Meepo and Tino. And Tino has managed to pull away a little bit, has got a gap. The gap is 1.3, so Meepo does not have DRS this time round. Are we going to see Tino pit this lap? That's the big question. So we'll ride on board with Tino.
If we have an add-on that we can see the tire of Tino's car, I would answer if he's gonna pit, but
I don't think he is.
Seems unlikely to go all the way.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
But not impossible.
I don't know what he's thinking here, but it looks like he's gonna try at least to take these tires to the end, and he's got a lot of ERS. I have to say, 65%. So. Offers him a bit of protection from Meepo if he does decide to attack. But Meepo doesn't have that DRS, which means he's having to use ERS just to keep up with Tino. Yeah, Pitlane Bob agrees. Tino looking like he's going to try and go long on these mediums. So the question is, will Meepo be able to use this tire advantage and rein in Tino? And I think what's really key for Tino right now is keeping Meepo out of that DRS range. And you're seeing in these...
he's gaining the slow section.
Yeah, I think that's really down to the tires, really, isn't it? Because Meepo...
a little oversteer for Meepo.
Oh, and I lost him a bunch of time. He's down 1.8 is the gap now. So Tino's able to pull away, actually, on these old mediums, which is pretty crazy. But, yeah... Tino, if anyone can do it, it's going to be Tino, I think.
I'm guessing he won't be able to close the gap now.
Yeah,
because he is not having a lot of ERS. That's a big problem.
yeah,
He may gain right now if he has the setup for the long straight, but I don't know. The ERS is very low to my standards.
yeah. Meepo's down to the dregs on the ERS, whereas Tino's loving life up there. He's 70% ERS up at the head of the field here, but really Meepo's big opportunity right now, what his big hope is that Tino's tires just die in the next couple of laps, and he's on 15 lap old mediums, as McKenna said. It's the fastest lap of the race, so that's something we need to keep an eye on, that gap from P5 to P4, as McKenna setting that fastest lap time, so he's gained massively on P4. He's got...
Yeah, but he only have the soft tires for 2 laps, so it's only logical to gain time to close the gap.
Meepo has able to rein in Tino a little bit here. He's got a few tenths up on Tino this lap, which bodes him well, but we are starting to run out of laps here. What have we got? 3 laps after this one left. I'm going to ride on board with Tino actually at the minute. He's got 80% ERS, so he's not actually using any at the minute, like just the wee blip here or there. But let's have a look how his tires look. You'd imagine the car be sliding around a wee bit now, as they're definitely past their prime. But looks like he has the car under relatively good control. Tipsy Bob saying this will be decided on the last lap.
Yes, it may seem that he's having the car under control, but there is a problem with the mediums that at some points they drop off like falling off a cliff.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And I had to say, I'm thinking Meepo is going to win this race because of that fact. I think in the next lap or two, Tino's tires are just going to die, and that's going to allow Meepo pass. But you never know. Tino may be able to pull this off. And I think it would be a first Tier 1 win in SLR for Tino as well if he does win today. So both these guys battling for their first race win in SLR in Tier 1. I'll just take this quiet moment to say as well, it's absolutely freezing here. In my commentator's booth, but you're in a different commentator's booth, Babalus. I'm sure yours is pretty warm at the minute, yeah?
It's not that warm. Trust me, it's a little bit chilly.
I feel like I need to get a hot water bottle or something now.
If you get here, it will be warmer than England.
1.2 is the gap from P2 to P1. 1.1. Oh, Meepo's tantalizingly close here. And it must be very tempting for him just to use up all that ERS and just try to get this gap in. But he does need to keep a little bit for that overtake if it ever comes. And 1.4, so Tino still not using ERS here. 75% he has. And that's going to, yeah, that's going to come down. Oh, and McKenna gets a move on Justin our racer, so that gap, wow, he got that gap down pretty quickly as Justin our racer using ERS and is going to fight this back under Slipstream with ERS as well. He has, oh, he goes down the inside and Justin our racer getting the move back, but McKenna was in the inside, sorry, and looks like McKenna's going to get this move done. It's a Desi pits again, so he's had an issue, he's probably hit the wall. And
Justin did the good thing to stay back because he has the DRS now again, but he doesn't have the speed to overtake.
Yeah, so Justin our racer pretty low on ERS as well. McKenna used up all his ERS just to get that move done. It looks like he's not going to contend for the podium. McKenna, he's too far back. I think 5 seconds in 2 laps is a bit of a big ask. But let's go up front. We've got Meepo. We're about to start the final lap. He's out of DRS range, which is the real key to this win for him. But are we going to see something special here from Meeple on the last lap? He's 1.1. He's tantalizingly close. It looks like Tino made a bit of a mistake up ahead. Has Tino got a... Oh, I thought Tino might have had a puncture there, but no. Looks like he's got the car under control. But the gap is under... Oh, it's just hovering around 1 second, so he won't get DRS this lap, but he might get out on the second DRS straight after turn 2. So 1.2 is the gap currently. Let's see how this plays out. This is going to be a nail biter.
The ERS management from Meeple. Sorry to say that. Maybe he disagrees with me, but it was a very bad management for ERS.
Yeah.
In my opinion, maybe you have something else in mind.
No, you know how it is in a race, so it's very hard not to use your ERS, and then before you know it, it's all gone. You're like, no. But 1.1 is the gap, and I think Tino has this in the bag, unless we're going to see something fairly special in the last 2 sectors of this lap. And again, Meeple tantalizingly close. Actually, 0.9 is the gap. He does have a slight chance here on that last, you know, on the run out from the final corner. If he can get within a few tenths of Tino, he could potentially pass him by the start finish line. And the gap is 0.8 currently, and Tino obviously struggling for grip out there, but Tino now employing a lot of his ERS, and I think
he has to close the gap. He needs 0.6 of the second to be on the DRS activation.
Yeah.
He needs to be on 0.6 in order to overtake before the finishing line. Under 0.6.
Yeah, and I haven't even mentioned it. These guys are actually teammates, so
0.5,
yep.
maybe.
No, too far back. Oh, is Tino slowing down for this one? Don't think so. I think he's going to go for the win, and he does indeed. It's a race win from Tino, first in SLR for him, and Meeple comes in P2, so wasn't able to get the move on Tino, and I think Meeple can be pretty proud of that one. It must be gutting for him to miss out on the race win by such a small margin, but yeah, Kiko takes up that last spot on the grid.
That Tino has to, as we say here in Greece, he has to go to a church and thanks the God for not getting a puncture. That's what I'm saying.
Yep, indeed. We'll try and figure out what his tires were on at the end. I'm sure there were...
Somebody tell him to get a picture of the tires.
Yeah. We want the pictures. We want to see the evidence. Marcel P7 then. And Boosted Mess, and he finishes on the lead lap, bringing it home in P8. So some more points for Boosted. He's had a good couple of races recently, has to be said. Yeah, and I mean, Boosted Mess, he will say it himself, bottom feeder extraordinaire. I know the feeling, but yeah, that's really what you want to do if you don't have the pace to race the guys around you. Is just bring it home, you know, race your own race, stay out of trouble for the most part, and you will get points in some occasions, and this is one of them for Boosted Mess. P8 for him. Not sure who we're going to go for driver of the day today. What do you reckon, Babalos?
It's a very hard choice, man. McKendall gets the driver of the day, but McKendall was already at the top. So we need to count in the strategy.
Yeah.
Who had the best strategy? Out of the top of my head, Tino should be the driver of the day because he took a very big risk staying out and not going for a soft or something, and that proved him right.
Yep.
I don't know if you agree or not.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. I'm just thinking Alpha, that's huge points haul for them and the constructors as well. P1, P2, and with Danny Koo not here, McLaren not picking up a lot of points today. Actually, both McLaren's not here today, so 0 points for McLaren. That's going to be huge for constructors. Rookie, it has to be said, like a rookie DNF there, but he was leading this race at one point. Copy as well, retired in the pits. Fox of Crystals, DNF on track Tenari as well. And it's a finish 1-2. Frenchman Kiko brings home P3 in the end. And McKenna P4, Justin Racer P5, at Desi P6, Marcel P7, and Boosted Mess rounding out the final place of P8. And I think I wonder if does Tenari get points for that if he finished P9 DNF? I'm not sure. And maybe we can get to talk to some of these guys.
Sorry about that.
See if we've got anybody in the interview booth. Oh yeah, we got Meepo. Let's bring Meepo in.
Repo.
Hi.
Hi Meepo.
Hello, Repo.
Hi.
How are you today?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. You thought you had your win, yes?
No, I never said that, but okay.
You thought. I didn't say yet you actually said that.
No,
in the back of your head, you believe that Tino is gonna pit.
no, I never thought that. I was in a VC with Tino and he kept telling me about his tire wear, so I knew if he was gonna, and he basically told me he's not.
Okay, what was the tire wear on Tino?
I don't know, 71. I had 60, so
71.
Yep.
Only with 18 laps?
yeah.
He has a.
Tino has the details. Don't ask me, okay?
Well, I will ask him. Don't worry about that. I'm wondering how he did it. I was calculating the tire degradation for every lap. That's why it sounded a little bit strange to me. That's why.
Mm.
So, how are you feeling? Did you think that your strategy worked?
Well, consider yes, but if I didn't have that like first lap incidents anywhere, I feel like I could have won that race, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, talk us through that incident. We didn't really see. We saw something happen, but what exactly took place here?
Well, I got an awful start, and then turn 3 with Adechi, he like screamed at my ear, so I thought he was gonna hit me, so I had to go a little bit wide, and I hit the wall, so I got damage, which was nice. So still managed to put some stonking laps, I guess, but like then I bit a bit because I hit the wall again, like lap 8 or something, but then the safety car came out, so that was not nice.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We did think, you were going to win that race. We just assumed that Tino would have to pit, but obviously he decided to stay out and somehow made those tires last. But I have to say, man, P1, P2 for Alpha. I know you're gutted maybe to miss out on that win, but you did have that Tier 2 win. Looking good for the Tier 1 win today, but
come on, man! I hate you.
Sorry. That's a senior moment. I just realized you didn't win Tier 2 either. Oh god, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be mean there. I actually forgot. I thought in my head you'd actually won Tier 2. But yeah,
Nice
I
to know.
mean, you had the potential to win both those races today. I mean, yeah, that's not good. Sorry, I apologize. Oh god. It's like I've just got salt and rubbed it in the wound, like a really mean old man. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously you have the pace to win today. You're up against Tino though, and I mean, if anyone's going to beat you, like he's esports level, you know what I mean? So to lose out to him, I'm sure it's not that bad. I guess you were very close there to winning the race against.
Okay. Considering the pace I have all week, considering his pace and consider his old mediums, I feel like I should have won that race. But like it is what it is. I guess I didn't have that pace, so Yeah, you know.
Maybe I will do a goodwill judgment, if I may, if the terms allow it. I think you misused your ERS when you were at fourth position, when you have the faster runners up ahead and you were getting the DRS for free. Maybe you should have built up a little more, about 70 to 80%, and then make your moves.
I mean, it's not that easy to get the
Yeah,
ERS
I
back,
know
but
it's
like,
not easy, but you had the pace. That's why I'm saying that. That's
I
why
mean,
I'm saying that.
I had to go past Adetsi and Meikender at some point, so I had to like use half of my years to get past Adetsi, but right after that he disconnected, which I didn't thought like that was very, very unlucky there, and I never knew if Makender was gonna beat or not, but like it is what it is. I had to use if they didn't beat or they didn't disconnect. That's the thing. I have to use it.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking, Babalos, you should be crew chief for Meepo next race. I think with
He has a
Babalos,
group chief. I believe he has a group chief.
nah, he
Well,
needs a new one.
kinda.
He needs a new
Kind.
one.
I mean,
But anyway, what do we got next? Is Hungary next, and then we got the Christmas break. So is Hungary a good track for you, or
no, I hate it.
okay?
Oh god.
Well,
Too many corners and you get easy. You get penalties.
yeah,
Um,
and
I mean,
it's not really an overtaking track either, is it? It's really down to quality and hoping
yeah.
you get the pit strat right. But Meepo, the win is coming. Just hang in there, bro. You're doing pretty good. You're doing some good work out there, but not your day today, unfortunately. But to be beat by Tino, I mean, of all people, like I mean, he is esports level, so we'll have a wee chat with him in a minute. He is your teammate as well, so I'm sure you're happy enough for him in that regard.
Yeah.
Big points for Alpha today.
Basically, I believe in Meepo's abilities. I
Yeah.
know he has the pace, but he needs to fix something. I haven't figured out what he needs to improve. Not fix, improve. Maybe the strategy, maybe
Oh.
what he sees on the track about the times and the gaps and all that. Maybe something like that. He has the pace. He is fast. He has proven himself over and over again. So it's only a matter of time before we see him on first position.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
who? Me or who?
Yeah,
What?
you.
Why? What?
He's basically saying, well, we expect to see you P1 at some point in the near future.
Right. Well, let's see. Let's see if there's any good tracks that I could have the pace to win. But like, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, that's it. It is what it is. C'est la vie. Just keep at it, bro. Whatever you're doing, it's going to pay off soon, I would say. And you are leading Tier 2 championship, I believe.
Yeah. But like, also, I'll just mention this like for the millionth time this week. I've been sick. It has been hard to like drive without like consistently getting like coughing or something. It's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there before. It is adds that extra element to the racing when you're sneezing halfway through a corner. Not ideal,
Exactly.
not ideal, but
No,
it
no.
is an interesting fact. The only time you can legally close your eyes when you're driving is when you sneeze.
Mm.
There you go. So anyway, with that parting wisdom, I will throw you out of commentators booth, let you go and have a cry or whatever you need to do, blow your nose,
Yeah.
all the above. But we will speak to you soon, Mapo. Good job today.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll bring in the race winner, Tino. Roll out the red carpet. Yeah, Tino, you joined us in commentator's booth. Hello, you won today. I believe that's the first SLR win for you in Tier 1, yeah?
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm. By the way, just a note. I'm outside going to shop, so that's why my microphone quality is kind of bad.
No, that's all right, man. That's fine. Yeah. So just talk us through the race today. I mean, at some point in quali as well. I don't think you got a good run in. I think you abandoned your last lap, and then you were kind of starting midfield then. were you thinking you could win today, or were you thinking, nah, it's not
You
to
know, I
be?
mean, it's Baku, so it's like my best ever track in that one game. So of course,
Right.
even without practice, I know always like I'm in Baku. But
Yeah.
yeah, I basically had like a mentality that either I do 38.5 or I don't do a lap. It's off in.
Right.
So when I saw the quality, I mean, he was going to be pole the lap in the last run, but I mean, it's going to be like 0.8. I don't want to do that. So I just abandoned and started P7
Okay.
or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but Baku, you know yourself, tends to throw up a few safety cars, a few incidents and stuff. So yeah, you're able to profit off that. We were kind of questioning, you know, that early safety car compromised your strategy. You did decide to pit anyway for those mediums. And you made them last to the end. Now we were calling it on the stream, thinking, right, you do have to pit again. There's no way you can get to the end. Well, how were you managing the tires then? How were you able to get to them to the end?
So basically, obviously in the behind safety car, I didn't warm them up at all.
Yeah.
So that always saves them a bit. And then also like I tried on like 54 brake bias under the safety car all the time.
Oh, okay.
So like when the safety car went off, I had like 3% on my tires, something like that.
Okay.
So it was kind of like first two laps I was like driving normal pace and seeing like how much the wear is, and it was like 4% or 4.5% per lap or something like that.
That's
So it was
actually,
like okay,
that was my calculation, to be honest.
yeah. So I was like, I'm not sure if it's gonna like be enough. So then I got like slowed the pace a lot and put like 52 brake bias for like next 5 laps, and then it was like only 3% per lap or something like that to wear. So
Yeah.
yeah, then I just counted that. In like lap 19, I was like, okay, now I can try to like fast to the end and it's fine. I mean, he just almost made me talk on a win, so that's pretty close, but counted perfectly.
Yeah, I want to ask as well. You guys are teammates, and obviously Meepo, he's kind of vying for his first Tier 1 win as well. Were you tempted at any point just to give him the win, or were you thinking, nah, this is mine?
No. You never want to give 3 wins. You know, you need to earn it hard. That's even if you're like young upcoming guy, but you will never get anything for free from me at least. So you need to earn it if you want to win.
Yeah, I tell you what, I really respect that philosophy because I've seen a few races where maybe someone gifts the win to the other guy or something, you know, like just, and I always feel like if I was that driver, being given a win, it just wouldn't feel right, you know. It would be like I want to earn that, win. So in some ways, maybe that'll work out for Meepo in the long run. But I know he was a bit down today. He felt like he had the pace to win, but uh, unfortunately, he had an esports driver out there in front on mediums,
Well,
able to get to the end.
what I can say is though, Meepo is very talented, so he will have more opportunities for sure to win races. I'm like old and washed now, so let me enjoy these moments for a bit still.
Hey, you still got it, bro. You still got it. But yeah, regards to Meepo, like it has to be said, he has got much better, and he is maturing as well. Because there would have been a time where he might have not been happy. You know, he would have been quite upset at not getting the win today. But he handled it quite well in the interviews there. You know, he was just saying it is what it is, which is, that's what you have to do. You just have to roll with it, don't you? You can't be letting something like that demotivate you, and then before you know it, you don't play anymore, and then you're out of practice and lose all that pace that you've got over the years. But yeah, I think Alpha P1, P2 today, so that's obviously going to do a lot of good stuff for you guys in the constructors.
Yeah, it's been quite an unlucky season for me, so hopefully now I can catch Danny and Kiko, but we'll see.
Yeah, you're P7, I believe, heading into this one in the championship standings. So yeah, with Danny not here today and Jerry as well wasn't here, so the Alpha boys, it looks like you're going to jump right up the standings with all those points. But here, I'll let you get to the shot, man, and I appreciate you coming into the commentator's booth and giving us some of that information. That was good.
Yeah, thanks. It's like -6 outside, so I'm kind of having cold right now. But yeah, thanks you guys, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you for the next one in Hungary. Take it easy, Tino.
Yep, see ya.
Okay, that's Tino then. And last but not least is Kiku. Bonjour.
Hello. Bonsoir.
Ça va?
Ça va et toi?
That's the limit of my French. And so like bit of a up and down race for you. Do you want to just talk us through it from your point of view?
I probably think the start of the race was pretty like obvious. I was like in the leading train with like Rookie and Justin, and Tino was just behind in P4.
Yeah.
And like the aim with like Rookie and Justin was to like work together because we were on medium and Tino was on orange to like pull away. That didn't work because Rookie like just hit the wall and destroyed his car. So we get the baddest SC possible. So I just picked to put ours. I was like P2, P3, I think, something like that. Justin was P1.
Yep.
And like restored, that was like lap 9. A little bit of incident between Tino and Justin. I don't know if it's gonna be reported, but in turn 3, Justin is going out. I'm P2, and like just the lap after, I'm like turn 3. I'm braking, and like I'm getting stuck on the curb at the outside, stuck in neutral. I cannot go up, and like I need like just to like fucking put full throttle to go out of the curb.
Oh no.
I think I lost like 9 seconds, something like that. And after I was like, again with Justin, we tried to work together to like come back to the Finn group, but they had DRS and stuff, so that was really hard, and like the odds were like dying at the end. So the traction was really hard, and like Mackinder was closing so fast. I think it's like for 1 second I'm P3, so really happy because my pace at the end was pretty good. And yeah, every race I'm improving in the race. Not in quali, because in quali I'm like really happy with my quali pace, but I need to improve in race if I want to like play the championship. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's gonna improve.
Yeah, there was one point where you had the 4 Finnish guys ahead. They were all in a DRS train, so you were kind of matching their pace, even though they had DRS. It seemed like they just had that edge on you though. And how does that feel though, whenever you're trying to catch the train ahead, but they're all got DRS? Like, is that mentally? Is that like a mind? I can't swear, but like a mind fart, I guess you could call it.
I think I will like say that the first or 2 laps when I'm trying to catch, I will like try to see which time I'm gaining much in the lap.
Yeah.
And like try to like push a lot in this section and try to gain time, but you need to be patient because it's really frustrating, but at the same time in this type of track you need to be really concentrate because walls and stuff. But yeah, I think you need like to know where you're faster than the guys ahead, and like in this type of train you're always like faster in the braking zone because they are like stack, so they need to brake earlier to not like punt them each other. So I was like braking very late and like very close to the wall. That didn't work, so it was like even in terms of time. So
Yeah, that's kind of why I asked, because like I know I've been in that position, and you see the guys ahead, they've got DRS, so you feel like you have to go even faster, which at a track like Baku is really dangerous to push the limits, because you might be on the limit and you're still trying to push beyond that. Then to like I need those extra tenths or to rein in this gap, and yeah, like you say, you hit the wall once and that's game over pretty much. But yeah, it's all experience, isn't it? You kind of learn for these things. And yeah, it looked pretty good for you at one point today. I think Baku, it's just one of those crazy races, isn't it? You could be in the best position at some point in the race, for the win, and the next thing you know, it's all changed. There's a safety car or some incident, and you're back in the mid pack again.
yeah.
But yeah, you did well today, and we were talking about it on stream. With Danny Co, and he's not here today. You were kind of matching him on points, 60 points apiece between you and Danny Co. Obviously, that P3 will bring a good haul of points, and that will give you a gap. So you will be leading the championship heading into Hungary. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, Baku is probably my worst track with Monaco and Canada. So my aim today was just to gain points and like do P6, P7, and was happy with that. And the next track for me is way better. So yeah, today was really good because P3 was not possible for me before the race. But yeah, it's a good amount of points. But I don't think like at the end I will be P1 or P2 because Tino is catching fast. Danny is gonna like race again, and so really fast drivers. So and I still like need to learn no assist. I will say I'm like 95% of my pace no assist. I'm still like improving in the braking, in like the racecraft and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's more learning season for me that
Yeah, and I mean,
championship one.
no matter what happens this season, you've already won a race. You've got pole. So you can cheat.
I didn't want to race. We would say I won the race on track, but
Yeah.
after some
Oh
penalty,
yeah, yeah,
something. Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah. So probably in the like, I'm aiming a win in like Hungary or like Brazil, something like that. Like
Well,
really good track for me.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, that really can't overtake in Hungary, unless you get a really good run out of the last corner and the guy ahead doesn't. But quali then is super important, and we've spoke about it before. You're a quali merchant, as they say. So if you're able to get a really good quali lap in, for Hungary, that could be, yeah, that could bode you well in the championship, and maybe we even see you in the top step legit this time. So very much looking forward to that. But as you say, there's a lot of drivers that can contend for that championship. Even Tino heading into this race was P7, but with that win today, he will jump up the standings. And of course, as you mentioned, Danico back as well for Hungary, most likely. But anything can happen in a race. You never know. You never know. Anything can happen in the season. In fact, there's a lot can take place. So keep at it. You're doing the right thing. Consistent points, and having some pretty strong performances out there. But as you say, you're still learning. So it's been a pretty phenomenal first season of no assists for you. But I expect great things from you going forward, man. So keep up the good work. And thanks for joining us in the commentators booth as well. We'll end the stream there. So I think we'll say,
Thank you, boys.
yep, take it easy, man. Au revoir and GG again on that podium.
And yep, bye bye, boys.
Bye bye. Alright, Babalos, that's us. We will wrap this one up. Have you any last thoughts, final thoughts you want to say before we end?
It was an exciting race as I expected. Of course, I didn't expect the safety car so early, and I missed the bet about the safety car of the second safety car. I was expecting the safety cars, and you won.
Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, there was some parts of the race where it was kind of settled down and there wasn't much happening, but it was very tense because there's a lot of different strategies playing out and a lot of unknowns for us as commentators. Would have liked to seen more drivers on track today, but that's just how it is, I guess, in league racing.
Maybe they got scared. Maybe they got scared.
I think so. Yeah, Baku is a scary track for sure. But in saying that, we are heading to Baku one more time this week. It's on Sunday. We've got Nana Tier. You'll see some fabulous driving there, I'm sure. And you never know. You never know what might happen.
It's a favorite category.
Yeah, it's always a good time in the Nana. Hopefully we'll have that stream for you on Sunday. We'll try and sort out a commentary team for that one. And then next week we go to Hungary, and then after that it's a 2-week break for Christmas. So with all that being said, I think
maybe we should do it like football. Maybe we should race on Christmas.
yeah, I think we should do an event. Yeah, like an Christmas Cup or something. That'd be kind of cool. Like have a special event just to keep us on our toes. So keep an eye. We'll see if we can set something up for the Christmas period, just to keep us taking over. But until then, and until Hungary next week, it's a goodbye from me and goodbye from Babalos.
And guys, do not forget that if you liked what you saw, what you heard, even my bad English, hit a like, do a subscribe to the channel to be informed about the future races, and we'll be here again Saturday night.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Babalos. And again, it's been a pleasure doing comms with you, and we'll no doubt be sharing the mic soon enough in the coming weeks. But until then, take it easy, guys, and bye bye for now.
Bye.